record this. So I'll record this just for anyone that's sending questions, but I'm just going to show you guys how to use the quarter theory, pretty much how to get some cool setups so you guys can go ahead and always just make like a couple 250 pip moves, you know what I mean? So I don't know, if you guys want to learn how to catch 250 pips, this is how. So let's see, I'm going to go on a chart or currency that I haven't used. I'm going to get out of here though, because I'm going to log back on and share my screen again. Okay. So I'll look up, does anyone want me to look up a specific currency pair or does any work? I'm thinking about just doing Euro USD. I think that's the one that a lot of people trade. UJ? Okay, I mean, we could try it on UJ. Yeah, why not? Let's do UJ. That's the currency we did pick that we're going to start trading. Hey, my setup's looking just like how I wanted it to. Okay, well, what a shame. I'm going to erase this. Let me screenshot it. Cool. Let me erase all of this. So, okay, so the way that you guys start off with the quarter theory, what this is pretty much doing is this is the way that the banks trade. This is kind of like you're pretty much looking at levels of support and resistance the banks are using. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to base it off of the monthly chart. So what you do is you go on the month chart. Hold on, this looks miserable. Okay, and pretty simple. You look at the highest high that was ever formed. So the first thing that I would do is I would form a horizontal line right about, right here will do. We're gonna edit these settings though, and we're gonna round to the nearest zero, I would say. So I would do like 1.45000 or 1.4, 1.14000. Yeah, let's do that. 1,000 pips more, okay. I'm going to have these as white just because for me, I don't know, I remember month with white. That's just the colors that I use though. And what we're going to do is adjust these settings. And here we're going to write major. Show text. We'll put it to the right. Top. Cool. So what I'm going to do is just copy this and then just paste it down. And I'm going to do this every 1,000 pips. Okay, so we're going to keep on pasting these and have these be difference of 1,000 pips from each other. Okay, so we're going to do this another 1,000 pips. Right about right here. 130,000. 120. And you'll see what I'm trying to do with this after. I'll explain. I'm just going to put these lines real quick, okay? Well, let me look at the chat, see if you guys have questions. No? Okay. Let me move this over here. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have these 1,000 pips from each other for those that are jumping on. I'm just looking at a random currency pair, went on the month chart, looked up the highest high, rounded it down to the nearest zero, and I'm making every major level 1,000 pips from each other. If you notice, they're kind of really strong. Well, they're really strong, respectable support and resistance lines on the month chart. You know what I mean? And this is on the month chart, so imagine what it'll be in every single time frame. It'll be a lot, I guess, more doable. So we got our areas, you know what I mean? So now we have our levels of support and resistance on the month chart. These are our major levels. These are areas where there's a lot of, or there's stronger reversals, kind of like I'll highlight some spots right now that I'm looking at. For example, right here, price got rejected as resistance, resistance, support. You see what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do all of them that I see, but my point being is that you could get pretty strong predictions as to where price will move next. And why I say there's 1,000 pips difference, reason being is that these are 1,000 pips away from each other from major to major. So if you guys would have caught, well, let's say this move right here, this is 1,000 pips on the way to the bottom, right? But then it's another 1,000 pips on the way up. But then it's another 1,000 pips right here on the way back down. 2,000 actually down here. Shoots up another 1,000, goes down 2,000, goes up 1,000, goes down 1,000. So I don't know about you guys, but if you can actually do an extra 1,000 pips, look, this is what you're doing. You know what I mean? But what you want to do with the quarter theory too is that you want to break this up into smaller increments too, because 1,000 pips might take a couple weeks for it to pass. You know what I mean? So maybe let's say you want to go with 500 pips. This is when you go ahead and start to create different lines. So what you would do is you just add another horizontal line, which you change the color to whatever you want. I'm probably gonna do red. I think of this in terms of the day chart for me. It helps me out with the way that I usually chart. And what we do is we do this in between your major to major, which is 500 pips difference. You know what I mean? So we have 145, and we're gonna edit this, of course. This is gonna be our minor level. We'll change this to yellow or something. And what we're gonna do is the same thing. We're going to add these onto each and every one. I should probably make these all thinner. But yeah, you get the gist of it. What we're doing is just doing 500 pips in difference. Okay. Coordinates. Does anyone have any questions so far on any of this that I'm going through? $125. Let me look at the chat real quick. All right. Are you eyeballing the lines? You're doing somewhat. I'm just creating them and I'm doing them 500 pips apart. So as you can see, like up here, I'm not really eyeballing it. I'm just going on here and I'm adjusting the settings. So what I'll do is it's at 125.032, 125, you know what I mean? Then the next one, we'll add that 1,000 pips under. They're just 500 pips away from each major, or 1,000 difference each. Adjust the settings. This one's going to be at 115. Let me see. There's another. What's an example of 1,000 pips difference? So an example of 1,000 pips difference would be from your major levels to your major. So from the white lines to the white lines, those are 1,000 pips of difference. Another example of 1,000 pips of difference would be from your minor to your minor. So if you notice, you're at 145.000 down to 135.000. That's 1,000 pips. You know what I mean? Or if you notice, they're from 150 to 140. That's another 1,000 pips. So from the white line to the white line, 1,000 pips. From the red line to the red line, 1,000 pips. You know what I mean? That can answer your question. All right, for sure. All right, I'm not gonna do. I'll probably do like one more line. 105. I'll do this last one right here. All right, so 95. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, you look at 1,000 pips in difference. So right here at this point, price shot up 1,000 pips to this white line, another 1,000 pips to this white line, but 500 pips to your minor level. Then it shot down 500 pips. It shot down 1,000 white to white, then another white to white, another 1,000 pips. Went up white to white, 1,000 pips. Went up 500 pips or so, about 750 right here. then it went back down. You know what I mean? So these are longer term moves, but I mean, look how many pips you're catching. You're not catching your little 10 pips and dip. You're not catching like none of that. You're catching a lot bigger worth of moves. You know what I mean? So another level that you could add on there to help you out is you would literally just do the levels in between your minors and your majors. So we'd add another color. For me, I would use green. Just what I would use. It doesn't. I don't know. It's just a color that I like. So same thing. We're gonna look at that same green line, and we're gonna do it in between your minor and your major, which is 250 pips. So if it's 500 from your major to your minor, your quarter level is going to be 250 pips. That's what I was seeing as in catch moves in between of 250. So it would be 117, 250, 25. You know what I mean? That's right in between both of those. Or actually, no, it would be 117, 50. And this level here, we're going to change this, format it. We're going to call this our quarter level. I'll actually probably do this a different color. I'll do this like dark blue. And same thing, just format it and add them all over. Add them 250 pips away from each one. So in this case, it'd be, this one's fine. Right in between 125. All right, so it'd be 123.5. Oh no, 122. See guys, I'm pretty bad at math and I can still calculate this, so proves that you don't need to be smart for this. 127.50. I'm only gonna do the ones that are surrounding price where it's at now. Oh yeah, you can create an alert. 106.7.5. So what I'm doing, like I said, is I'm just looking and I'm breaking up the zones in between your white to your white, from your white to your red to your white, to just literally think about it like if you're getting a quarter and breaking it down to fourths, you know what I mean? If you have a dollar and you have 4 quarters, it takes 25, 25, 25, 25. The same thing with the quarter theory. That's why they call it that, because you're literally looking at the market in 250 pips worth of increment from your major level to your next major. There's 250 pips each difference, which is what we're looking at. All right, let me lock this and then I'll answer some questions and see you guys got something on the chat. I remember yesterday the coach said add the first major key at the top of the body of the candlestick. What I see those places. Oh, well, I added it at the very top, but what I do is I round to the nearest zero. So kind of basing it off of that, I went all the way up. I didn't really want to do the top of this away because it didn't reach 150. I didn't even have to add that, honestly. I could have just started right here. You know what I mean? So I just did from this price moving downward. I wasn't going to do 145, whatever. I just rounded to the nearest zero. I just did 100 flat. I mean, 1,000 flat. Make sense? How do you determine the very top major key and placement at the very bottom? So based off of the month chart, what I do, like I said, is I round to the highest high. I go to the highest high that there was formed, and I round to the nearest zero. You know what I mean? So let's say I was looking at, I'll give you another example, GBP USD. I have it labeled on there too. The highest high was at 2.1136. I rounded at 2.1000, and I broke it down into smaller fractions. You know what I mean? So that's predominantly all I do. I just go from the highest high on the month chart on your level of resistance, break it down to smaller ones. You know what I mean? So with mine looked a little bit like this with USD JPY. What indicators do you use with this theory? Okay, so with the quarter theory, this, don't even think about using indicators right now. Just focus on trying to understand like the different levels, like from support and resistance, all that. And try to understand like what's happening, because what you'll do after this is you'll leave your chart set up like this. Right now, price already crossed this major level, you know? So what's happening is when it crosses a major level, on average, what it should do, it should respect it, but it didn't. It broke past it, which means that this is going to turn into what? A level of support, right? So on average, the price will always shoot from major to major. So we can expect for it to go back to this major key right here, you know what I mean? So if anything, you could probably hold this up until it reaches here, or just hold it up until however many pips. Even then, if you're holding it until it reaches a minor, that's 280 pips. If you hold it to the next quarter level above it, that's 500 pips. And if you hold it to the next major, about 750, 800 pips. You know what I mean? So that's how you can kind of get a better idea as to what's happening in the market. So as you break this down, let's say you're looking at the day chart. Doesn't this make this a little bit easier for our eyes to see? You can kind of get an idea as to what's happening. Look, from this red level to this red level down here, that's 1,000 pips, major or minor to minor, right? From 115 all the way to 105, 1,000 pips. Shot down 1,000 pips. Probably going to go back up. You know what I mean? So if it breaks a major, it should get to or almost to the next major. Yeah, the market moves from major to major, right? So what happened when it reached this major down here? Price shot back up. You know what I mean? See how it shot up to this major right here? And then what? Price went all the way up. Didn't go to your next major. It went to your quarter level, which is 750 pips. I don't know about you guys, but I could go for an extra 250 pips.
Ashley and Eric love it. Yay.
Oh, you're on right now too?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's so cool.
I want to make sure you're not messing up my beauty field for quarter theory.
Cool. But yeah, do you see how it shot up from this major level all the way up to this quarter up here? 750 pips. Could have caught 750 on the way back down. Caught another 500 pips to the minor. Caught it right back down. Caught it right back up. You see this? Down. This is how you catch pretty big trades, you know what I mean? Up. And this isn't even looking at whatever your guys' confluence is, you know what I mean? If you guys look using indicators, or if you use anything else that you look at fibs or anything like that, this isn't including any of that. This is just support and resistance, honestly. 500. Right now at this level, it looks like it's getting rejected from this quarter. So if anything, if it does decide to shoot down, you could catch and ride another 250 pips right here. 250 pips and dip. You know what I mean? If it breaks past it and it goes above, we could ride it to the next minor, which is 250 pips. So you know, hey, I'm either catch 250 on the way up or 250 on the way down. Either way, you're going to catch 250. Just try to figure out where it's going to go. You know what I mean? Use whatever you guys are already using for trading. Just use this to kind of get a better idea where to have your take profit set. You know what I mean? So let's break it down to smaller time frame, the 3 hour. Then we start looking at patterns. Look, we already went over a double top, right? Oh, what kind of pattern is this? This is a trend reversal. It's been going on an uptrend. Reversal. Rejected this level right here. So we want to go ahead and wait to see what price is going to do. But for the most part, if it does shoot down, you guys can catch another 250 pips on the way down. You know what I mean? And if it goes back up, all right, cool. It's going up. Catch your 250 pips on the way up. But either way, 250 pips and dip. But yeah, do you guys have any questions so far in any of this? I want to I don't know, I don't know, dude, what are you guys' thoughts so far on this? Let me know. What can I help you on to understand this some more? I forgot to ask yesterday, but do hesitation zones only happen on major levels? Okay, so you guys want to learn about hesitation zones? Okay. You're gonna like that. No, the hesitation zones don't only happen on majors. You could count them anywhere. So let me show you guys how to do scalps. You guys want to learn how typo 111. I want to see you still active on here. Typo 111 if you guys want to learn on how to scalp and not do your 10 pips and dip, but how about 50? Does 50 sound good? Okay. So this is how you guys get 250 pips and dip. Pretty simple. You draw a rectangle, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to go on the line, the quarter level is at 112.50. 50. So we're going to have the bottom of the rectangle 25 pips under that, and the top line 25 pips above it. So price one,
75.
all right. That'd be at 7.5, and below would be 2.5. Okay. So those are exactly 25 pips below and above, 25 pips above and below. And what we're going to do,
Put the number 1 all the way in the front. Oh, yeah, you can just put a negative. There you go.
we're going to edit it so it could look like that. My point with this is how you guys scalp 50 pips and dip. Pretty simple, right? Because this is from your quarter down 25, quarter up 25. So this rectangle and everything in between it is exactly 50 pips, okay? So I don't even have to explain this. I'll just show you. 50 pips and dip, 50 pips and dip, 50 pips and dip, 50 pips and dip. That's 200 pips, by the way, and that's since the 11th. This isn't even just like basing it off of like your 250 pip moves, you know what I mean? This is just simply looking at your support and resistance and your hesitation zone. That rectangle is called your hesitation zone. This is how you pretty much trade on like consolidation in between this zone, you know what I mean? Because price is always going to consolidate in between it. You could do the same exact thing with this on every zone. So if I edit this one will be 110.75. Oh, no, 25. And then this one would be 109.75. Same thing.
Know how to get the rectangle.
The rectangle, you just go on like where like all of the tools are. And right here where the brush is, it's under the rectangle's right there. Same thing here. You guys want to see some more? 50 pips and dip. 50 pips and dip. 50. There's 50 here. 50 here. 50 here. Do you see that? Does everyone see this right here? How simple it is to scalp 50 pips? Not your little 10 pips and dip, thing. I'm not hating on that because I used to do that a lot, but I think it's a lot harder to look at this and not know what to do instead of looking at your Ichimoku cloud and shoot for 10 pips. I think it's harder to scalp your 10 pips than it is to get your 50 just looking at this. You know what I mean? No more scalping for me. How did you do the rectangle? I just explained it. How long do you keep that setup before you start a new one every month? You don't. This is based off of like the month chart since the price existed. So you could literally leave this setup. Like I'm gonna leave this for life because I know like whenever it reaches these zones, it's good. You know what I mean? I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, I'll send you the recording. I have like 5 different recordings I need to post. So I'll post them all right after this on YouTube, and then I'll send all the links or whatever. But yeah, does anyone have any questions at all on this? Did this make sense? Dakota, how long have you been doing this? Since you started, right?
Yeah, this is one of the first things that I learned.
This was one of the first things Dakota learned back in like what, December, January?
Yeah, I started studying early January though.
January. So once you set it up, you don't touch it. Exactly. So what I do is I mark this up on TradingView. I download TradingView on my phone. So when I'm on the go, I just look at my phone and say, oh, did it reach my quarter? Cool. Did it reach my major? Cool. Did it reach my minor? Cool. All right, I know how to trade it, Or if it reaches my hesitation zone, I know exactly what to do. And then I just go on MetaTrader 4, confirm it with whatever else I use to confirm with my indicators or support and resistance or Bollingers. I don't care how you guys confirm your trades, but you just go on MetaTrader, confirm it, try to figure out where it's going, run your fibs, and put that shit in and make your money. Do you guys see how I've been like making my trades now? Like that's all I've been really looking at. I just look at this. I'll do whatever my trading style is. You guys know how I trade, what I've been showing you the past couple weeks, but I just have this set up. So by the time I look at it, like look at the pound. You're telling me I wasn't going to catch these moves right here when it was already noted? Hey, from here to here, 500 pips. Like, I don't really need to look at anything else now. And this isn't even like running a fib. Look, let's run a fib on this. Highest high, lowest low. What a coincidence that right here, my 61.8, everyone knows I love that percentage right there. It got rejected right there. Boom, shoots down. And what you'll notice is that a lot of times your 61.8 or 50% retracement are those levels that I gave you right now. You know what I mean? And your take profits are usually the same exact thing. It's literally another major, another quarter, or another minor. One of those three levels. Did this make sense though? Does anyone have any questions at all? You guys saw I've never marked up USD JPY until we started learning it together. One thing that we're gonna start doing is I want to start having more people trade with this. I do real quick. Okay, what's your question, Gabby? You can unmute yourself if you need to. You guys, if you need to unmute yourself, you can. I don't care.
Okay, so on that last Great British Pound
Mm-hmm.
chart, and you caught that 500 pips. What did you look at to count? I missed that part, to count 500 pips. I didn't get that. Like this whole drop right here. How'd you see that was gonna
Well,
happen?
actually, this is 250. It was 500 from this green level. So pretty much what I did is at this point, when price started shooting down and it started to reverse, it got rejected right here at my 61.8.
Uh-huh.
So I know that price was going to go down anyways. So what happened? Price shot down, went back up, retested, and that's how I knew, all right, it didn't break this high. This shit is going down. How far down is it going to go? Not 50 pips, 25, 250 pips. It will go from this level to this level down here. Probably going to go retest back up. You know what I mean? Because what happened at this major levels are bigger levels. You know what I mean? They're more serious, I would say. They have more respect. What happened? It got rejected, and now it's going to go up. How far is it going to go up? Probably another 250 pips.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yes, Justin. Hell yes.
Did I do good teaching it?
You're doing great teaching. I have no critique.
Okay. But yeah, did anyone have any questions at all? Did this make trading a lot easier for you guys? Yeah, I want to see you guys winning some more. How do we know where to put the levels? Okay. So once again, we're going to go on the month chart on whatever currency. You go to the highest high and you round down to the nearest zero. So the highest high GBP ever reached was 2.1113. I'm not going to use that level. Price respects round numbers for some reason. The banks do. So I just used round levels. I did a round level at 2.1000, and from every white line to white line, I did 1,000 pips. And then your green line is in between every white line. So if it's 1,000 from your white to white, what's in between? What's half of 1,000? 500. You know what I mean? So then now you have your green lines, 500 pips in between your white lines, which lo and behold, each green to green is also 1,000 pips. 500, 190 or 1.95000, 1,000 pips, 1,000 pips, 1,000 pips. So literally, you're just breaking down the market in 1,000 pips each. Then you're breaking that into 250 pips each. So you're making 250 pip moves. You know what I mean? Why do you want to go ahead and scalp 25 pips, or try to like just hold these currencies for 70 pips or whatever, to swing it and catch your 250? You know what I mean? Catch 1,000. Look how many times like GU gave you an opportunity to make 1,000 from right here to up here, 1,000 pips from here to right here, 1,000 pips, shot back down, another 1,000 pips, might go back up, another 1,000 pips. You know what I mean? This depends on what price is doing, and it respects it perfectly. What happened down here? Went back up perfectly. See how this wick right here perfectly respected this GU resistance right here? Shot down 1,000 pips, shot down 2,000 pips, shot down 3,000 pips, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 pips you could have caught since the beginning, like this fucking year. I got 92 yesterday and I got high. Brian, because you're a beast, bro. Like, what do I have to tell you? You're good. Like, you need to be the one teaching me. Is this lesson being recorded? Yeah, bro, I got it recorded. So you guys could, I'll drop the recording in a little bit. When you add your lines, how do you know where to set it up before you round it? So once again, I go to the highest high and I round down to the nearest zero. So what I would have done here is I go on horizontal line. The highest that blue line was at 2.1339. So I'm going to round it to the nearest 0. I'm going to add I'm just literally going to keep the 1 and just put zeros. You know what I mean? Where are you going to send the recording? I'll post them on all the group chats, on whether on Anna's, whether on mine, whether on Road to Chairman. I'll put them on all of them. What's time to explore more than just trades on XRP and USDJPY? Then yeah, bro, just do this with all of your charts. Because what if like you don't want to trade in between like these zones? What if it's not in between any of your support and resistance zones? Don't trade that currency. You know what I mean?
Major keys have not been applied to cryptocurrency yet, so don't mark up like Bitcoin with that yet.
Don't mark that up with crypto though. According to Dakota, I haven't tried it, so I don't know. But I will take his word for it. So don't mark it up on cryptocurrency.
Regular support resistance works perfect for that.
Yeah, regular support and resistance will work fine. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to go over, guys. Unless you guys do. And if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me. I think this made pretty good sense. But if not, let me know. I did record it, so I'm going to post it on YouTube and I'll send you guys the recording. Sound good? Does anyone have any questions at all? Cool. No worries, guys. I hope this helped. Yeah, and let's start catching these pips. Don't do your little 10 pips and div. Let's catch 250. Sound good? Honestly, everybody catching 250 pips, like moving forward. All of you. No worries. Cool, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.